PCBWay is one of the leading PCB manufacturers out there, and it is the manufacturer I use for my products. Now, if you're either a hobbyist and or looking to create a final product, PCBWay is going to be a really great choice with their 24-hour and also assembly services. So go ahead and check the links down below. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look and also reviewing and giving you my input on the all new Mobula6 HD from Hakcrc model. Now, this is a 27 gram 1S brushless micro that has an HD camera, and the HD camera is a Runcam Split 3 Lite, so it records 1080p here. So before we get into more details about this and how my experience is and also the flight time, let's take a look at some of the accessories they do provide you. Obviously, you get the quadcopter, you get 4 HV batteries, you also get the remote for the Runcam right here, so you can change its settings if you wanted to. You also get one set of extra propellers, some tools, and some screws as well. And also the charger, which just charges basically one here. So yeah, you get the 4 batteries, remote, and the quadcopter itself. Now let's talk about the quadcopter here. Now, first of all, I'm not a big fan of 1S brushless micros. I just never really liked them that much, and they were always very finicky. You know, after a crash or two, they start developing oscillations, plastic breaks, the propellers are always hitting the ducts, and they do get pretty annoying at times, and some people would agree, and some people, again, would disagree with me. However, in this case, I did actually slightly enjoy flying it here. Let's talk about some of the specs and the flight time before we get into more detail here. So they are using their Hakcrc model motors here, and these are 0802 19,000 kV here, and these seem to be of different design, and as far as I know, their latest motors have a different coating, so theoretically should last a bit longer than usual. Because back then, if you guys remember, especially when the toothpick era first came out, a crash in air mode or, you know, flip over after death sometimes would burn the ESC and or the motor, or yeah, one of those two. So here they're saying that the motors are slightly improved in terms of durability, which means they could handle a bit more heat with the new coating, which is a good thing, but we're going to have to take their word on it and give them the benefit of the doubt here. Now, talking about the motors, we could also discuss the flight time here. Now, the flight time is, I would say a safe flight time is about 2.3 minutes. Indoors, obviously. Outdoors, I don't recommend you fly this outdoor. You can, but it's just not going to be very pleasant. So the flight time around 2.5 minutes. You could push it to 3 minutes, but that's really pushing the battery. So I don't recommend that. So 2.5 minutes land, you're going to be good to go. The reason for that is some of these can go up to 3 minutes, but the HD camera here soaks up a lot of power and reduces your flight time. And the weight is pretty good, actually, 27 grams for this. So that's pretty insane as well. Now, the video transmitter here, which is something, I haven't seen this. I don't know why. Did I miss something here? The video transmitter is actually built into the all-in-one flight controller and the receiver and the ESC and the OSD and everything into one board. Usually I'd get a lot of breakup when I go to the back room, and I've also went flying in a school, but I'm not allowed to show you that footage. So I was surprised that the video transmitter was doing pretty decent compared to other brushless micros I've flown, and I wanted to go see what video transmitter they're using. And then I found out that it's built into one board. Now, this is really, really nice, but the overall durability and longevity of it, I have no idea how long that's going to last. And that explains the Kapton tape right here, which is that yellow tape, kind of like a heat-resistant tape. They place that there in order for the heat to kind of not go up to the, what is it called? The Runcam Split 3 board here. You know, it's really hard to tell because I haven't flown that much. I probably put around 20 lipos in this thing. And every time it's been very reliable. Crashes, flip over after death, air mode, it's totally fine. And there's no weird oscillations or wobbling or anything indoors. Outdoors, you're going to get some oscillations or fluttering because obviously look at the frame. I mean, with a bit of wind, yeah. Overall impact durability is really great also. I haven't had the propeller start hitting the prop guards, even though I've crashed a couple times. That's a really good sign as well, but your mileage may vary. And now in terms of the Runcam Split 3, I've always preferred the Runcam Splits instead of anything else because I just love their quality more than anything. And you can go ahead and access the SD card right there. You will need a tweezer to put it in and take it out, and that's what she said. And yeah, so you're gonna need tweezers to do that. And just, yeah, keep an eye on that as well. You do have pretty good camera angle tilt without having to worry about the camera really bumping into anything, unlike other brushless micros where sometimes you squeeze the video transmitter in the back. You don't have that here. They also do give you, I think, a spare canopy if I remember correctly. I'm just double check that. No, they don't. That was another quadcopter. So yeah, they don't give you a spare here. And this is plastic, by the way. Now, another thing that's really nice with these is the repairability will be really, really easy because you just unplug the motor, put it back in, you're good to go. And usually you get these parts for pretty cheap. And I think these sets of propellers should last you quite a bit here. I don't think you'll be breaking them anytime soon. It's very light, and I've dropped from around 2-3 meter drops in. It was totally fine in that perspective. I had no problems there. And now if we take a look at the flight footage, it flies like a proper tuned 1S brushless micro. It's nothing too crazy. The video is really great. Obviously, we have no oscillations indoor, which is a huge thing, especially if you're rocking HD. And it was just a joy to fly indoors, and to be able to have the HD footage is also a huge benefit as well. So if you're looking for a tiny one that's going to capture some HD footage, this is a really great one in my opinion. This is actually one of the best ones I've used, and I can recommend. I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10 from all of the other 1S brushless micros I've ever flown. So I think it's a decent one. I mean, but I guess time will tell here. But overall, I didn't have one that lasted this long and was actually a joy to fly. And that's all I could really say, guys. The decision's up to you. This was my experience. Hopefully it was useful to someone out there. And everything's linked down below if you could check those out. Those greatly support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.